What if I told you the fighter jet the world laughed at refused to disappear? What if the so-called budget experiment quietly became one of the smartest defense programs of the 21st century? This is the story of the JF-17 Thunder. And no, it didn't start with applause. It started with ridicule. Early 2000s, defense forums were ruthless. Analysts rolled their eyes. Aviation bloggers mocked its size. Critics called it cheap. Some even said it was just politics wearing a cockpit. A single-engine jet, powered by a Russian RD-93 engine. Basic radar, limited weapons integration. Meanwhile, the United States was flying upgraded F-16 fighting Falcons and building the stealth-dominating F-35 Lightning II. Russia had the Sukhoi Su-27 and MiG-29 families. Europe had the proven Dassault Mirage 2000 and the Eurofighter Typhoon. Against those giants, the Thunder looked small. And the verdict from much of the Western defense community? It won't survive. But here's what they misunderstood. The JF-17 was never trying to be the F-35. It was trying to solve a problem, a very specific problem. In the 1990s, Pakistan learned a hard lesson. Its frontline strength depended heavily on the American F-16 fighting Falcon. Then came sanctions under the Pressler Amendment. Aircraft deliveries froze, support pipelines tightened, spare parts became political. Imagine paying for jets and never receiving them. That shock changed strategic thinking forever. Because in a region defined by rivalry, dependence equals vulnerability. So Pakistan made a decision. If supply chains could be weaponized, then sovereignty had to be engineered. Enter cooperation with China's Chengdu Aircraft Corporation. In China, it was called the FC-1 Xiaolong. In Pakistan, it became the JF-17 Thunder. Not designed to dominate headlines, designed to survive. But survival wasn't guaranteed. Early prototypes had problems. Engine supply, politically sensitive. Radar, critics said it lacked serious beyond visual range punch. Avionics, basic. Weapons integration, limited. Even inside Pakistan, doubts existed. Was this vision or an expensive gamble? Here's where the story changes. The Thunder didn't try to be perfect. It tried to evolve. Block 1. Simple, affordable, operational. It replaced aging fleets. It flew. That alone silenced some critics. Block 2. In-flight refueling, improved avionics, better data links, expanded weapons integration. Now it wasn't just flying, it was networking. Block 3. AESA radar, upgraded electronic warfare, large area cockpit display, enhanced BVR missile integration. Now the conversation shifted from, is it viable, to, wait, is this 4.5 generation capable? It wasn't stealth, but it wasn't outdated either, and that difference mattered. Then came February 2019. Tensions between India and Pakistan escalated sharply. Operation Swift Retort. For the first time, the JF-17 entered real operational deployment in a live conflict environment. Regardless of competing narratives, one fact became undeniable. It was no longer theoretical. It had been tested under pressure, and it didn't collapse. That moment changed perception. Now let's talk money, because in defense, money decides relevance. The global fighter market is dominated by the F-16 and F-35 from the United States, the Sukhoi and MiG families from Russia, the Eurofighter Typhoon from Europe. These are elite platforms, but they are expensive, very expensive. Many countries simply can't afford $80 to $100+ million per aircraft. And even if they can, political conditions often come attached. That's where the Thunder found its niche. Lower acquisition cost, lower maintenance footprint, multi-role flexibility, fewer political strings. Myanmar became its first export customer. Nigeria followed, reportedly using it in operations against insurgent groups. The Thunder wasn't chasing prestige. It was chasing practicality. And here's the real twist. The JF-17's greatest achievement wasn't performance. It was independence. Local assembly expanded. Industrial capability deepened. Upgrades became iterative instead of revolutionary. Instead of waiting for foreign approvals, evolution became internal. That changes strategic psychology. Because modern warfare isn't just about who has the best jet, it's about who can sustain theirs. The Thunder didn't dominate headlines. It didn't redefine aerial warfare. It didn't become a stealth icon. What it did was endure. It matured. It expanded. It exported. It operationalized. It industrialized. And slowly, the laughter faded. Defense programs aren't judged only by peak performance. They're judged by longevity, adaptability, autonomy, and strategic insulation. The aircraft that once looked like a punchline became a case study, not in dominance, but in persistence. Because sometimes in defense strategy, the jet that survives long enough is the one that wins the argument. And the JF-17 Thunder, it's still here,